What's up guys, and happy Battlefield 1 day. That's right, October 21st, Battlefield releases on PC, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One today. I managed to get an early access code for the game and I've been playing for quite a few hours already, so I wanted to do a video detailing specifically the campaign and the story in the game. So buckle up, take a seat and enjoy the next couple of minutes. So unlike previous Battlefield titles, Battlefield 1 takes a look at World War I through the eyes of soldiers on 6 different fronts during the war. World War I was certainly not a small affair, and Battlefield 1 takes you all the way from the Alps in Italy to the deserts of Mesopotamia. It's practically broken up into 6 really small and bite-sized campaigns. The first war story you're going to play is called Storm of Steel, and it basically acts as the epilogue or tutorial for the rest of the war stories. You play a soldier from the 369th Infantry, also known as the Harlem Hellfighters, and it's an appropriate name because they literally went through hell. It's an epic way to start the game and it teaches you most of the controls you're going to need. Next up, and it's technically the first campaign of the game, called Through Mud and Blood, where you play a tank driver in a British MKV tank and you are ordered to punch through enemy lines, taking out artillery emplacements as you go. The tank gameplay itself is high octane and often you'll have to jump out of the tank to do some missions on foot. But the bottom line is keeping old Big Bess in one piece and your tank crew alive. Moving on to the next war story, and we take the battle to the skies in Friends in High Places, where you play an American pilot posing as a British pilot called George Rackham. You join up with the British Royal Air Force and you have to keep the skies clear as bombers and infantry try to win the war. So far I have to say Friends in High Places is probably my favorite of the war stories. I love the lead character. He's a bit of a scoundrel just like Han Solo, but you're going to find out all about it when you guys pick up the game and check it out for yourselves. The next war story we're going to take a look at is The Runner, where you play an Australian named Frederick Bishop. This guy is basically the Crocodile Dundee of World War I and a total badass. In the story, you will storm the beaches of Gallipoli while one of the biggest naval fleets ever assembled in the war give you covering fire. Just imagine the first 20 minutes of Saving Private Ryan, but there's a lot of Australian accents going on. From my experience with the war stories so far, this is definitely the toughest and I died the most, but it's certainly an excellent war story. The next war story takes the battle from the beaches to the massive desert in Mesopotamia, called Nothing is Written, where you join Lance of Arabia to take out the Ottoman Empire. It's in this war story that horse gameplay is introduced, as well as multiple objectives within the same map. You get a lot of variation in terms of the way you approach each objective in this war story, which makes it very unique. And last but certainly not least, and we take the action to the Italian Alps and Avanti Sovier. In this war story, you play as a shock trooper, part of a special forces regiment sent out to complete a special objective. The first mission pretty much plays out like the scene from Iron Man 1 where Tony Stark escapes from the cave. You wear a full body armor suit and no one can touch you, and you probably slay about 150 bad guys. And there you have it guys, that's just a sample of what you can expect from the single player campaign in Battlefield 1. Those are my favorite things about the war stories. I can't wait till you guys get to experience it. And like I said, the game is out today, 21st of October. So go out and get on that battlefield.